Of stratified random sampling is a type of random sampling that includes surveying a selected group of subjects from a larger group of people. Stratified sampling also means where the population embraces a number of distinct categories. The frame can be categorized by categories into separate strata, and each stratum is then sampled as an independent subpopulation, out of which individual elements can be randomly selected. For example, each group, age group, number sampled from each group is proportional to group size. 1 from a group of 10, 2 from a group of 20, and so on. And the advantage of the stratified random sampling is acquired info about whole population and individual strata. And furthermore, it's better in achieving representative on control variable. Besides, precision increase if variability within strata is less than between strata. And the disadvantage of stratified random sampling is can be difficult to identify, and it's difficult to pick accurate strata. Besides, it's difficult to identify every number in population.
Okay, now we are going to learn about the systematic sampling. Systematic sampling distribution is a probability sampling method where the elements are chosen from an objective population by selecting a random starting point and selecting other members after a fixed sampling time interval. Sampling interval is calculated by dividing the entire population size by the desired sample size. The sampling offset by selecting a factor from the list at the random, and every element in the frame is selected, where k the sampling interval. For example, these are the method k equals to n over n, where the n is the sample size and the n is the population size.
Probability sampling is every population has a chance to be chosen as a sample. First probability sampling is simple random sampling, which means that randomly pick a small of group from a big population so everyone has a chance to be chosen as a sample. For example, lucky draw, where pick number randomly and without bias. I would like to explain about advantage and disadvantage of simple random sampling. The advantage is it is a fair method sampling to reduce bias. It also to reduce sampling error if you perform sampling correctly. Disadvantage is it is costly since it needs to ensure that list of population is available. It is not suitable to studies using face-to-face interview since it needs to discover a large geographical area.
Now we take a look on cluster sampling. The definition is the sampling method where different groups within a population are used as a sample. The data will be analyzed from the sample clusters. So the advantages of the cluster sampling is it allows for research to be conducted with a reduced economy. It is more flexible approach. Cluster sampling creates more data samples. The disadvantages of cluster sampling is sampling errors can be a major problem. It requires size equality to be effective. Many clusters are placed based on self-identifying information. Now we take a look on example of cluster sampling. We have information technology department that consists of 24 staff, represent male and female, so which is divided by cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3 and cluster 4. So we randomly going to pick up cluster 2 and cluster 4 to gain information from them by using SRS method.